Okay, so I know some of you may not got to see everything there, but we are going to look at some of the things they talked about. But you'll notice by being logged in, you get to do a lot more with this. You can do a bookmark if you don't want to log in, but my experience is people who know how to use bookmarks typically do have emails and can create accounts pretty easily. So it's really worth getting a free account on this. Any Q&A before we move on? I'm going to give you a chance here. Just put it in the chat box if you have a specific question. Again, I will be going and showing you learning sessions. I'll give you another demo that I'll do. I'll also go to that My Learning, My Documents page and show you the sections of that. It's also part of the PowerPoint.
Real quickly, Denise, I just want to remind everybody that if you did miss part 1, we will be posting it in the PD portal for you to watch. And then real quickly, Denise, before we'll wait and see if there's any questions, but can you show them on the front page very quickly where that demo is so that if some of the people that did not see part 1 can at some point watch that demo? Because remember, everybody, this is a 3-part webinar, so we really want you to try to keep up and so that you can see everything and experience everything that Denise is going to show you.
Okay, I'm going to be putting an arrow up here by where it says demo. It says Denise Guckert there. That is the demo right there. It is a very nice demo. We went through it in our first session, almost all of it. Basically, anything green at the top is the demo. You read through, you click next. A lot of times it's just clicking next, but then it gets more interactive and it'll tell you to click on something within the page, and then you'll close it and you'll go back up and see the next button. So please do the demo if you have not, because it's really going to help you understand how to rewordify something. And you'll see me doing it later, but I think watching the demo will really, it helped me when I went on the site at first. That's the first thing I did, and it helped me. Now there's so much more to learn, but that's a great way to start. Okay. I don't think we have any questions right now, so I think I'm going to move on so you can see some stuff here. Remember that page they told you, the My Learning, My Documents page? It's a screenshot from that. Up here it'll say My Learning. You click on My Learning and My Documents. And what I wanted to show you here, these little tabs across the top, you'll notice this says My Learning. That means that you're on the My Learning section of this page. And that is, when you first log in and you have a username and password, that's the first thing you're going to see. It just opens up that page. To get to the home page, I don't have the picture on here, but when you're on the screen, anytime you see the logo that says Rewordify at the top, you click on that and it will always take you to the home page. But this My Learning page has so many incredible things. Progress charts and the words I've learned, words I'm learning, and words I want to learn. Now, as I go to the next slide, I want you to notice it's going to be showing you some of those progress charts. It tells you your reading time per day, per week, per 30 days, month to date, and year to date. And it actually creates a chart to show you your reading time per day, if you'd like to see that. Okay? Here's the reading time right there. And then word learning, not how long you're reading online, but how many vocabulary words did you master? And this shows you words that you learned, are the blue, and the green is words that you've started to learn. So it'll show you if you get lots more blues than greens, you're doing fantastic. I also like this one. It's called Learning Errors by Type. What it does, it's kind of small on the screen, but they kind of analyze your mistakes. If you're trying to do it too fast, it's called rush attempt. If you're having problems with typing, like you're typing the spelling of the words incorrectly, it gives you orange. If you're listening to the word and typing it incorrectly, it gives you the yellow. If you are getting the green on the quiz, that means you're answering the wrong answer to the vocabulary word. Green is pretty, to me, it's pretty telling if you're trying to learn the vocabulary word. And then there's something called close completion at the end. It's a fill in the blank using the vocabulary words in context with the text. And to me, that's a super important part to show if you've really understood the word. So to me, if you look at the purple and the green, those are the two things personally I would be looking most for to see learning errors by type. Now, as a learner, you can look at this, but what's really cool is as a teacher, when you do a class, and we'll look at that again next session, you can pull this up for any student and kind of see what problems they're having as they're using the program. The next thing I want to show you is these are the words I've learned. We just saw that on that video. It says here, and this is actually me, I have learned some words, which I may have already known, but that's okay. A parody of, exceptional, and to showcase. These are words I chose or that were selected, and I learned those. Now, I have a lot of words, 30 words that I've chosen to learn, but I have not completed the learning session and finished the quiz. Now, words I want to learn. At this point, when I made this screenshot, I didn't have any. I might have some, or I think I had a parody of, exceptional, to showcase down there, and once I learned them, they went to the top. And one of the demos I'm going to show you is how to select words I want to learn from there. And that's what they did on that little video. Watching that video on your own, again, it can also be very helpful for you. This is the history. If you look here, the first part was my learning. Again, it had progress charts, and it has the words I've learned, I want to learn, and that I'm in the middle of learning. Now we're on history right here. Okay, this is kind of cool. It tells you the history of your text, and it tells you either if it had a name or a title, or if it doesn't have a name or a title, it'll tell you if it was a website link, or it will tell you just copy the first line of text. So this is what I've been since I've used this a lot without logging on. When I'm logged on, it tracks this. And this is really cool because, again, you can see all the things, and whenever you click on, you see how these are hyperlinked? If I want to go back to that document, I just click on it and I go back. See all your history there. Documents. These are documents I created. I created this. I did a U.S. Pledge of Allegiance, and I copied and pasted it from somewhere. I figured it's a free thing that we could post, and I created it on the public. It's public. Anybody can use that and Rewordify it and use it. I also did one for today called Nurses is Caring, Model for Transforming Practice. This was an online free Gutenberg collection book. But just because I want to worry, I don't think it's copyright protected because it's available online, but I copied and pasted some, but I made a private link because I was like, I don't know if I want to put it in the public documents in case somebody thinks I copied it. So I'll use it as a private link, and I have that link to give to you later. You also can look at you can combine documents into books, and I'm not going to go through that. It's not actually really necessary unless you're using a lot of this and really long passages. And account control, of course, is where you change your password, and you can things like that. So those are the sections of that really special page. Again, that page I just went over, the main page, I want to go back, was called My Learning, My Documents. And it has on it My Learning, which has the progress charts and the words that you're learning, the history, the documents that you have created, and then it has a section called Books that we won't go into, and then the account control where you can change your password. Lots of stuff there. I went fairly quickly, but I want you to get in and use it. Any questions before we move on?
No questions have come in, but everybody just go ahead and write,
Okay.
write if you have a question. But Dot did say that she loves the graphics.
Oh, good. Well, some of them are mine, and some of them are Anne-Marie's. The Q&A guy is Anne-Marie's. I stole it from her. I did change it to orange. Okay. Okay, we're going to do a demo, and then I'm going to let you do this. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is demo the whole activity, and it's similar to what they did on the video. But the first thing you'll have to do before you do this demo, think about what you need to do. What do I say everyone needed to do to be able to use the learning sessions effectively? I want y'all to type in the answer. In order to really use the learning sessions and get the most out of this program, what do you need to do? Aha. You've got to sign in, log in, which means you need to create an account. Okay? So let me give everybody, we're going to go and create an account together. I mean, I already have one, but I'm going to share the screen. I'll just show you where to click. So I know if you're on your phone and you don't have a computer, it's a little harder because it's small. You can use this on the phone. I've tried. but it's harder to do it. But if you go up here, I'm going to go ahead and log out, okay? And I'm going to go back to home. Okay, so do you see the link that's called Register Safely? I'll put an arrow right by that. Right here, Register Safely. Register Safely. I'd like y'all to click on that. Are you 13 years or older? I want to put yes. Oh, what's really nice is you don't have to use an email as a username. That's kind of nice. I typically do, because if you forget, look up here, if you forget your password, you need an email address to recover it. So I recommend using your email address or a email address to create your name. So I'm going to use an email address. I'm not going to do this, as I said, because I've already done it, but I want you to go through this process now, please, okay? And you have to click, I promise to follow the rules. The rules have to do with not posting obnoxious, obscene material, or going in and taking anybody else's documents that they've posted and making them obscene. It also includes not using copyrighted material. And again, you can make a private link, but I still wouldn't use something that you know is highly copyrighted, like the whole thing. I think it's fine to use a passage of text. That's fine. But there's some rules about the percentage of an excerpt that you're allowed to use. But as long as you're using just in your classroom with your students, make it private. You could use some stuff that you're using in your classroom for educational use. Do you think everyone could type their name in the chat box when they're finished? That way we'll see their names.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and do that, because I know some of you are on a cell phone, so you're not going to be able to raise your hand, your virtual hand.
Okay.
So go ahead and yep, Dot and Pedro are done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that way we'll kind of know when people are done using phone. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
Good, Leslie. Good. And you got it on the phone. Excellent. Bob's logged in. Great. And Anne-Marie, I don't have the list of everybody, so could you let me know when to move on?
Tabitha's logged in now. I'm going to go ahead and just read them
Sarah.
off. Sarah's in. We've got some more. Let's see. Christy, I don't think is in yet. Christy's not in. Let's see.
Angela.
Yep. Let's see here. Bob's logged in. Okay, Angela's logged in.
Oh, good.
All right, let's see here. Okay. Sarah's logged in. Most everybody, let's just wait maybe another minute and see if we can get everyone in. Christy, I'm not sure. Is Christy in? Let's see. Christy. I don't see if Christy's in yet.
Okay. I'm just going to pull up. We'll give her a little bit more time to log in, but I want to go over what we're going to be doing now. You're going to log in first. We're going to leave the settings. We went over settings the last time. There's a place called settings. We're just going to do the default settings. We're going to rewordify using the classic literature, and I'll show you where that is. It's on the home screen. And then when you choose, there's a bar at the top where you can choose 3, 7, 10, I don't remember all the things, words to rewordify, or you can hand pick your words. I love hand picking my words. So we're going to hand pick 3 words, and then you're going to go and actually go to learning sessions and complete the learning session. So I know you can't probably see both of those at the same time, so I'll kind of, as I go and share my screen, I'll remind you of which step we're on. And we might be able to put those, copy and paste, or just write those instructions into the chat box. So let me go ahead and share the screen again. Sharing my screen again, and I'm going to go to log in. Remember I said we had to log in? And there's my login. Everyone, if you haven't logged in, please log in. Remember I told you when you log in, you're immediately going to go to your My Learning, My Documents page. It is not the home page. It's kind of interesting, huh? Because usually when you're going in here, you're not going to create something. You're going to go to something so you can learn it. However, if I ever want to go home, I can click on the home button. That's right here. The home. Or if you don't see the home button, if you ever just click on that R for Rewordify, it takes you to the home. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to click on Rewordify so I go to the home. Okay. So my instructions were to log in and to pick something from classic literature to Rewordify. So up here, you see where it says classic literature. This is a big repository of things that users plus Rewordify.com has put up. It's copyright free, whatever you call commons, where people can use this literature. It's older. And you click on it, and it's in alphabetical order or by author. Let's say there's a particular author you want to use. Let's use Alcott Louisa May. I'm just going to click on it. You can choose any one you'd like. Scarlet Stockings or Little Women. I remember the book Little Women. This happens to have, it's a book. It has lots of chapters. I'll just go to chapter 1. And it's going to Rewordify it for me. Here it is. Ta-da! It is basically in the default setting where, remember default, if you put your mouse over, it tells you grumbled was the difficult word. Dreadful was the difficult word replaced with terrible. Injured was replaced with hurt. Contentedly was replaced with happily. Again, if I click on it, I can listen to it. Grumbled. I can read, or I can choose to learn this word later. I'm not going to do that right now because what I'm going to do, I told you there was a bar at the top. It looks almost black on my screen. On this particular monitor, I don't know what color you see. It's actually really kind of a dark purple. It always appears at the top. It tells you in this chapter there's 145 hard words. How many do you want to learn? Your students do not want to learn 145 words. You don't want them to try. It's too many. We, for the sake of time, are going to choose, we're going to hand pick. So when you go, you can hand pick. I like hand picking because some of your students may know some of these words, and some they don't know. So they can go through and hand pick words they don't know. So you are going to go through, pick out your literature, and you're going to hand pick 3 words.